I believe in this. If you have something that can help someone else and you don't share it, you less of a man.
You give me the game, bro. You know what I mean? And I always say, like, everything ain't for everybody. Everything you told me, it worked. You know what I mean? I just was getting return letters sent to me. It was discouraging, you know what I mean? So
when I put together my new construction budget, he sends the plans to like this company and they go get all the budget numbers for you. Pay them a couple dollars and they take the actual plans and they'll go ahead and get the material list, go to all the different places for you.
Yes, they call it an estimator.
I was talking to this guy and he was like, yo, you will love the new build. I'm like, why? He said, because once you get that motherfucker out the ground, he said that inside you could bring all them guys you was using for them rehabs and just let them do it. He said, because I know you, I'm getting these curbs fixed up for the low.
Yeah. The only thing that you worrying about is just the paperwork.
Yeah.
You worrying about the paperwork, and then you just, you know, there's a lot of people out here that will let you use their license, and you know, as long as your work is stood up, and they checked your work out in the past. So, you know, I got some master plumbers that will let me use their license because they know that my plumbing is good, even though my poppy did it before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you can cut costs significantly.
These big time development companies have to hire minorities. Yeah. And they're going out trying to hire minorities, but every time they interview somebody, they're not licensed. They're not buying. Their stuff is not legit. So by default, they have to go somewhere else. Yeah. So he was saying, like, if we just go ahead and get our paperwork right, bro, we would have way more jobs, bigger jobs. We'd be able to get all these development jobs, but we can't because our paperwork is not right.
People look at me and they give me praise, like, yo, man, appreciate what you're doing. Like, yo, you killing it. It's like, if you only knew, bro. If you only knew, like, you got more resources, you got more people backing you. Like, I ain't had none of that. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, only if you knew, bro, you'll be doing the same thing times 10.
What's one thing that you look back on over years like, dang, this is the one thing that really helped me out? Like, what would you say?
I joke about this, but I mean it. I can go down Kensington and Allegheny, and if that person down there that's intoxicated or on opioids, whatever it may be, if they could just remember their social, I could get them a problem.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Funded and Closed podcast. In this podcast, I put together so individuals like you can go ahead and learn new information, new strategy, new skills that can help take you to the next level. But I really put this together because I watch and listen to podcasts all the time. And sometimes when I'm listening to them, there are people that's on there making all this money and they're like, how you get started? Oh, I had $1 million, $2 million, $3 million already sitting. I already had this and I just pulled $1 million out of my retirement account and moved it over. So it started having like a disconnect between me and some other people. So I was like, you know what? I want to put together a podcast and bring on individuals that are doing amazing things, but they didn't start from already having 10 million sitting, or they was already a doctor somewhere and different things like that. Because what happens is people watch this and then as soon as they hear, I already had $1 million when I started, it's like, I can't do that. I can't do it. This must not be for me. And we want to inspire people because, as you know, everybody can do everything. Yep. It's just when you got to get creative and put your mind to it. So I'm always excited about my guests, but I'm really excited today because I seen someone that I seen literally start and turned it on a whole nother level. Like really turned up to a whole nother level. And a lot of people, and it's crazy because like I've checked some people for you a couple times. Like I see people that are more so, what's the word I'm looking for? Bothered more than inspired. I don't say bothered, but more like, and we'll get into it. But I really, first off, before we go in there, my guy Newt the entrepreneur, what's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? Appreciate you for having me, man.
No, for sure. So, because we was about to get started, I got at least introduce you. No, seriously, like, bro, I want to give you your flowers publicly. You know, I tell you every time I see you, I tell you, but like, I truly respect and love what you're doing, man. Appreciate like that. Genuinely, like I remember when Leaf called me and he was like, I got this guy that's like trying to get the ball really rolling. Like he owned a crib or two or something like that, but he really trying to get the ball rolling. And I'm like, all right, bet, like connect us. I don't know if he connected us yet. Yeah. But you got on my live and we started talking on live. But you know when somebody got that hunger in them. Like we was talking on live, he was like, yo, bro, you know, I was on one of your classes or like I was on your live before something you said. And you was like, bro, I'm about to get this thing going. I'm like, I believe you. Yeah. And then I think we just started chopping it up. And I think you came to my event space one time.
Yep.
We was talking about some stuff, putting some plays together. You was on like credit repair at the time. You had a crib.
Yep.
crib
I had two cribs, but they weren't nearly as good as they could have been. You know what I mean? So I was just getting going, and I mean, it was guys like you, Reek, that I was watching on Instagram and just other platforms. Like, man, I need to get into the space. You know what I mean? You guys made it look so realistic, so I was like, I had to find a way to get in the door. You know what I mean?
love it. I love it. And then we kind of talked. I gave you a couple plays that I could give at that time.
Yeah.
And you just started just doing the thing, really taking off. You like we share contacts, contractors. You start just and I love that because for someone, here's the thing with me. I believe in this. If you have something that can help someone else and you don't share it, you less of a man. Like if I see you, let's talk real estate. I see you about to go ahead and do sheetrock and you don't got a sheetrock guy, and I know I got a sheetrock guy, and it's not my main why not? They gonna go do other jobs anyway. Like here, bro, take them. Like sheetrock, they get it done in a day or two or three. Like it's after that, they find any other jobs anyway. But a lot of people more so try to hold these contacts back, and to make now like if it's my main carpenter, like bro, I got him tied, like you know what I mean. But if it's like a sub, bro, you can go ahead. And I think people more so like go do the opposite of that mantra I have. And another thing I want to say is like to see someone, and I just had this conversation with Doug, because Doug gave me a lot of game when I first got started. And Doug said this to me. He was like, giving somebody plays and giving somebody information is sometimes a burnout. They don't use it. Like. And I'll make it clear, I only gave you a couple plays. Like, it's not like all your shit you did was totally, but I gave you like 1 or 2 plays. You took that and shit, ran with it, then added your own shit, doing your own. So I think it's amazing, bro. Like, it's really, really amazing. And I have conversations with people where your name may come out, but not in the highest way. And I'm like, no, bro, like, come on, we ain't gonna sit here and do that. Right. And I think, and I said this one time on your post before, and it's like, I think people gotta understand that. Because I relate to this, because I was in that position at one point. People got to realize the younger generation is doing it on a way bigger level than the older generation. When I first started in real estate, I started as a real estate agent, then I went to wholesale, then I went to investor. I was selling more houses as an agent than a lot of people. I was wholesaling a lot more houses than a lot of people, and I was buying a lot more houses than a lot of people. So it was like, yo, young boy, what you doing? And then you doing it on a higher level. So I think people got to understand, like, that's the whole point. Every next generation is supposed to 10x it. But a lot of times the older people, they're like, nah, like you doing it wrong, you doing this and that. Like,
I definitely I've heard that a lot. And I mentioned this on the podcast before, and I don't understand where it comes from, and I'm gonna allude to what you were saying. It's like a lot of people tell me when they do talk to me, they like the verdict on the street is that I don't mess with a lot of people. Oh, they say young boy don't F with a lot of people. And it's like I never, when I heard it the first time, I'm like, it kind of started me like, what do you mean I don't mess with a lot of people? Because you in your zone. I'm just in my zone. I'm locked in. So it's like, then I had people that's like, yo, I thought you wasn't going to come to my podcast. And I'm like, why you think that? They're like, because the word on the street is this. So I just kind of like, once I heard it, I'm like, I don't know where it started from. I just think it's a matter of just like, because I'm so locked in. You know what I mean? You don't see me running with a whole group of people. It's like, I got my employees, my team, my lady, and I'm grinding, you know what I mean? So that's I think that's what it comes from.
Yo, bro, I relate with you so much because people say that the same thing about me. I'm kind of like in my own zone, in my own world. Like you see me, I might mess with like the same people. You're not about to see me and doing all this extra stuff. And I heard the same thing. Like I heard, first off, a couple people say that I got this straight face. I'm always got this straight face on. But like when we was down at InvestFest, they was like, right, I didn't know if I could come up to you or not. I just kind of walk around like that. But on back to what you was saying, like when you in your zone, you locked in. It's like, especially like with me, I got a son, so I'm not just outside all the time, just doing a whole bunch of stuff. And I feel like you don't got no kids, right? No, So it's like you not outside, you locked in. I'm locked in. Because I'm locked in, don't mean I don't mess with you. I'm just locked in.
And I told people that many a times, but I ain't here to like reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? If that's what you believe, I ain't trying to sway you one way or another. My goal is to provide for my family and do it at the highest and best possible case that I can. So
yo, I know you're enjoying this episode. I know you're getting a lot of game and a lot of value, a lot of information. But is it okay for me to give you even more value? Is it okay for me to give you more information? So if you just said yes, what I want to do is I want to give you access to a free training that I'm having 100% free. You can log in. If you don't like, you can log off. It's 100% free. In this training, I'm going to show you guys the 4 steps that I utilize to be able to buy properties, rent properties, make money on property. Like this building we're in right now is 100% mine. And we do that. And I have done that doing those 4 simple steps. So what I want you guys to do is go to fundedandclosed.com, just like the podcast, but fundedandclosed.com. And you're going to be able to register for the free training. Like I said, 100% free. And it's going to give you those 4 steps that I utilize to build my real estate empire. And you can do this exactly where you at right now. So look, we're going to get back to the episode. But before we go ahead and finish, press pause, go to that website, go ahead and RSVP for the training. And I'm going to see you soon. Let's get to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we're going to just switch gears, leave that where it's at. But I just want to personally give you your flowers, bro. I really love what you're doing. And I'm proud of you on a whole nother level. And just to see you take things and keep going. Being consistent in real estate is hard. It's tough. It's super duper tough. Like even with me, like when I first got started, I was buying cribs back to back. And then I started getting into some other ventures to where it was just like, you know, some businesses that people know about, some stuff they don't know about. And that was very lucrative. And sometimes you kind of like, all right, let me scale back from buying as much. Let me start doing these other things as bringing in, like, so people don't understand how hard it is to sustain and keep it going at a high level. Like to buy a house, first off, I know you're doing it more than that, but like at one point we was buying a house a month.
Right.
That people don't understand. That's a
lot to do.
That's a lot to do. When you got 10, bro, it's times we had 10, 11 projects going on at the same time. I know you know what that's about.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot that's going on. You get what I'm saying? So, and people don't understand how hard it is to keep that up and keep that going. Like, so I had I use a notary. Like she was coming to my house like back to back. So I want to give you your flowers, like I said, because you keeping it going for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people have like a good year run. Right. I had like a good year run. You keeping it going. So I think people need to understand and put some respect on that.
No doubt.
Yeah. So without further ado, I want you to just introduce yourself, how you got started, what you got going on right now, and then we're going to just take the convo from there.
Yep. So social media, Newt the entrepreneur. I got started in 2020 during the pandemic. So I bought my first property March 29th, 2020. The week later, they said we got quarantine. Nobody know what quarantine is. They like we gotta social distancing. We like, what is that? Well, nobody know. It's not the norm. So I was like trying to find a contractor to fix my first property up. It went awful. Like it went awful. The only thing that kind of saved me was that the property appraised for like $75,000 higher than what I ran my numbers at. Right. So that was kind of like the breaking point for me right there. Like, dang, good luck. Good thing that did happen. So I've been doing real estate since 2020. Started off just I'm still doing the burst strategy. I never really did no flips. Tried to get into wholesaling. Met you at your event space. You gave me the game, bro. You know what I mean? And I always say like, everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Everything you told me, it worked. You know what I mean? I just was getting return letters sent to me. It was discouraging. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, you know what? The end goal was to be able to buy a property. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a landlord. So I was like, let me just try to skip that step. Let me skip the wholesaling step and let me go into buying property. So I did that. And then now, since 2020, late 2022, I broke ground on my first new construction property. And as of right now, I'm currently working on 7 of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, you know what I mean? I'm working on a 10 unit, 2 quads, 2 triplexes, a 9 unit. So just constantly just putting out affordable housing to the community and doing it at a large scale as big as I can.
I love it. You know, it's funny. I'm about to break ground on a new construction project. Kind of whenever I feel like it. I'll be honest. The permit, let me tell you some funny stuff, right? So I bought a couple lots. I got a bunch of lots. Because I was wholesaling, you come across stuff and I'm just cheap. 10,000, 30,000, 20,000. The most expensive lot I bought was 80,000 cash. I probably shouldn't have did that, but it was like, I was just buying stuff. Yeah. So I got the permits ready. It's ready to go. I let the one expire and then I just dumb stuff. And I just got it renewed. So and the lender is ready to issue the bread right now. Yeah. I told myself that I'm gonna do it and start in January because I got 4 projects that we finished up right now, like just finishing up the refi, tighten up a little couple things, and then I got one on the market, and then another one I'm about to put on the market by the end of the month. So I just want to get rid of that stuff, and then I'm gonna just focus on that.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna be my first new construction project.
Ballgame.
So I just want to just focus on that, and then like I said, I got other stuff behind the scenes. So me personally, I felt like when I was doing too much at the same time, that's when things start
fizzling out.
Yeah.
That happens. You can't get everything in focus. You know what I mean? So like you mentioned that I was working on in rehab stance. I was working on 14 properties at one time. It was I'll never forget. It was 3.26 million in construction money. So like any given Tuesday, a draw can come in for a $250,000. You know what I mean? For 14 properties, and it's like I tell everybody, money management, either you got it or you don't.
You gotta be on the beam.
You can't adapt. You can't grow this. Either you got it or you don't. You know what I mean? So, doing those properties, all those projects at one time, whether they rehabs or new construction. One thing I can say by me doing both now, new construction is a different beast. It's a different beast, but in the same sense, it's like it's a different beast in the sense of the requirements, and it's a different beast when it comes to that refi. When it comes to that profit, the ROI is not night and day. And I break it down in the simplest form. You know what I mean? If your my electrician, he say, yo, Newt, I'm charging you $6,000 per unit. Okay, cool. So if I do a rehab duplex, you're gonna charge me $12K. If I do a new construction duplex, it's gonna be $12K. So most of my numbers are the same. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. My electrician, my foundation guy, he say, yo, it's gonna be this price. My demo guy say it's gonna be this price. So with rehab and new construction, the numbers it's not too far off as far as the process, but on the back end, it's night and day. You know what I mean? Around here, a rehab triplex, you'll be lucky to hit 5. Lucky. A new construction triplex, you ain't seeing none less than 7. You know what I mean? But we spent almost the same bread. So it's like that ROI is it's 10x, bro. It's 10x.
Especially, bro, like some of these rehab constructions, like the budgets be high. Like I told you this because it was already pretty much situated. I got a building, so I got a couple buildings right here, but the one right there, the construction about is $300,000. It's a commercial mixed use.
Right.
We gutted the entire 3,000 square feet, gutted the entire thing, redid everything. I think it's 285,000, like to be exact, high twos. But some of that new construction be low threes and things like that. So it's like
from the ground up.
Exactly. So I feel you on that. I feel you 100% on that. So I got a couple questions for you personally. And hopefully people, I want. So this conversation, I want to touch on like the rehab and stuff like that, because a lot of people may not be in this game, but these are personal questions I had.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the reasons why I kind of was like I said, I bought a bunch of lots just to buy them. And what I was doing, honestly, I was leveraging a lot as collateral. I was buying them cash.
Yeah, free and clear.
So like if I buy a building, my down payment might be 50 grand, 60 grand. Yo, here, take this lot. I don't got no down payment. That's what I was utilizing them for. I was a little hesitant about getting into the new construction because I understand I'm not a paperwork guy, bro. Like I don't like following rules and all that. So my rehabs, I'm doing them under the table. I'm like new construction. I gotta get this damn permit. I gotta get this. So every time I think about it, I'm like, I'm gonna do this next year. Let me finish doing what I'm doing under the table because it's working for me. But also too, to get to that next level, you gotta tighten your stuff up. So how was you when you started transitioning from? Because I remember a lot of your stuff was
ripping and running.
How did you mentally? How did you transition to that?
I just took it slowly. I started off by doing rehab. I call them the newspaper specials. I was doing those, and then I say, you know what? I'm gonna do one out of this set the right way. You know what I mean? So at least I can learn the paperwork. And maybe it was only a duplex, and it's no sprinklers and no underground utilities. There's no fire alarm. There's no fire blocking to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So I just start doing one by one. Then I did one on Huntington Park. I think you pulled up on me on that one. I did one on Huntington Park. I ripped the back wall down. And I extended it 27 feet and I added a third story. That was like my jump into like full set of plans, full MEPs, underground plumbing, everything. Like I literally learned everything on that project. So once I seen it, I knew there was not many more things I had to learn as far as new construction, as far as the paperwork side of things. So I just was taking it one step at a time. So one project at a time. And then, you'll get that one bad neighbor that call. You know what I mean? So you kind of forced to learn it as well. You know what I mean? So all that was happening at the same time. And you will feel like, I feel like they was after it. They was out to get me. You know what I mean? I'm working on 7 projects. They all get shut down. It's like, dang, what's going on? You know what I mean? That's a nightmare in itself. You know what I mean? So I took it one step at a time. And, I just, you know what I mean? It cost me more money. My spread wasn't as strong as it should have been, but I learned. And that's the most important part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I got into the game.
It's funny how you just said something and I relate to it. Like, I done a couple projects where we ripped the whole back, extended it back, put roof decks on, all types of stuff, no permit.
Yeah.
And my old head said, he was like, bro, like, you already doing it. Why don't you just go ahead and get that extra step? It's not like
it ain't so bad.
Yeah, and I'll be ignoring him, but it's my OG. He been in real estate. Like, we done deals together as well. And shout out to Sly, but it's like sometimes we just hard. I know I can't speak for you. Me, I'm just like,
it's quicker.
Get this permit, bro. It's like, dog, man, we about to just do this crap on some hours when people ain't around. I'm about to talk to these neighbors and we about to get this thing going. But I do feel like to get to that next level, you gonna have to, which case in point, which you experiencing. So let me ask you this with this guy was telling me, he was like, do you use this? This guy was telling me, he was like, when I put together my new construction budget, he sends the plans to like this company and they go get all the budget numbers for you.
So
he was like, he paid them a couple dollars and they take the actual plans and they'll go ahead and get the material list, go to all the different places for you.
Yes, they call it an estimator. You know what I mean? So it's an estimator. And it's something called a takeoff. So you can send in your plans and they'll do a takeoff of your plans. I don't use it per se because I can do that myself. But anything can be outsourced, right? But you can hire a estimator and they have a takeoff division there and they'll go break down everything to the screws, to the bolts, to the washers, to the windows, to this, to that, to that. And then now you know exactly. And then of course, the higher the tier of the item it is going to cost more money. Yeah. So me, I'm doing building grade stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not looking to have really, really high end. I ain't looking to be really, really cheap. Yeah. So they'll kind of price you out there. Now, the only thing I can say about that is that a lot of times those companies that you go to for those estimators, they're giving you estimates on things that, and they overshooting you. So which is a good thing. But if you take those numbers that they overshot you with
face value.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of got to revisit it behind them. And if you're going to do that anyway, you might have did it yourself. That's my philosophy. I mean, if I got to go back tooth and nail through what you did and I paid you to do it, then I could have just did it myself. You know what I mean? So that's why I never used it. But I have worked with some estimators before and it's like free of charge. You know what I mean? It comes with the service I'm getting already. You know what I mean?
Yo, how great is it that you already have a construction team for like your rehabs to where now you get the building built up, but now the whole inside you doing it at. I was talking to this guy and he was like, yo, you will love the new build. I'm like, why? He said, because once you get that motherfucker out the ground, he said that inside you could bring all them guys you was using for them rehabs and just let them do it. He said, because I know you, I'm getting these cribs fixed up for the low. Yeah. The low. He's like, now you can just bring them in. Once the structure's done, you said you just bring them in. I was like, damn, that is smart. Yeah. He said, the inside work don't gotta be A-grade, like them A-grade contractors. You bring the same, let's say Poppies, you bring it in and have them run the whole inside. And I'm like, dang, that is, I ain't think about it.
I'm doing that. The only thing that you worrying about is just the paperwork. Yeah. You worrying about the paperwork and then you just, there's a lot of people out here that will let you use their license and as long as your work is stood up and they checked your work out in the past. So, I got some master plumbers that will let me use their license because they know that my plumbing is good, even though my poppies did it before. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like you can cut costs significantly. And like you said, once it stood up out the ground, like so with rehab, you got demolition then framing. With new construction, you got foundation / excavation then framing. There's only one other thing. And then of course sprinklers and fire alarm and underground plumbing. So once I seen that, I'm like, oh, I can run my own same crew in here. It was lights out. It was lights out. Now it's like I told myself like, I'm never gonna do 3. I did 14 rehabs at one time and I was stressed. I had my girlfriend was stressed. I was stressing out everybody else. Like it was just a lot, you know what I mean? So I said, I'll never do that again. I never put myself in that position. Then I start working on 2 new construction at the same time. I'm like, you know what? This is my max. I'm gonna only stick around 2 to 3. I'm doing 7. I mean, because of the system, you know what I mean? I feel like I can run 40 jobs right now. You know what I mean? I feel like I can literally run 40 projects and not lose sleep at all, not stress about it. Because it's the system. Everybody know what they got to do. Yeah. And in the sense, it's cookie cutter. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, I'm telling you, the biggest part is the paperwork. Yeah. Like if you get over the paperwork, and not me, I'm not a procrastinator. So I start everything early. I mean, if I got to start on December 1st, I'm starting in November. You know what I mean? So come December 1st, it's already done. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to worry about. So I think that's where if people can understand that it's just the paperwork, we'll have a whole bunch of black and brown developers. And that's what I'm doing it for. You feel me? Like when I got into the game, bro, I ain't had nobody to turn to for new construction. Like I ain't like and I still really don't got nobody. Mm-hmm. For me, everything was trial and error, which most of our stuff is. Entrepreneur, we trial and error at everything. But I ain't had nobody to turn to. I couldn't have nobody to co-sign for me. I always joke about it. I took like a 360 deal. Mm-hmm. You know how they say artists got 360 deals and it's like all the money go to the label. Yeah. My first hard money deal with new construction was like a 360 deal.
Bro, when we was on the panel that day, I told somebody, I said, yo, if you need to get your foot in the door, and that might not be the best deal, but you need to have that conversation with them. Yo, all right, look, listen. I understand it's 3 points on this one, but what does it look like
in the future
after this? Yeah, I'll bite the bullet on this first one. We got 12%. I'll bite whatever I bullet I got, but what does the next one look like? If they say, because you know a lot of lenders, after your first deal is better, or after your 10th deal, we can do this, or after your 5th deal, do this. As long as you having a conversation with a lender and they willing to, work things out after you prove yourself, I'm willing to play ball. Like I said, I'm willing to make that first deal. Might not be the best, but y'all better not even ask me for a driver's license after
the next time. Yeah,
you see what I mean?
And most lenders will do that. You know what I mean? And that's the lender I'm working with now. That's like running all my jobs. Mm-hmm. When it first started out, I was like 2.5 points. Right now, I'm paying 1 point. They say I can't go any lower than that. And I told them I'm leaving. Next thing you know, I'm at 0.75. You know what I mean? So, and I understand everybody got to make money. So I'm not looking to count nobody's pockets, and I'm not looking to have somebody do something for free for me. But if I can crunch my numbers the tightest possible and increase my ROI, I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at now.
Especially when you bring in value, because also, too, these lenders and people gotta understand that's free money to them. Like points is I call points toll booth fee. Like the bridge is already up and running. Like I'm just paying you to go over the daggone thing. I'm paying you to go and send some emails, push some paperwork and stuff like that. Points, interest only. Like this is free money y'all getting. Like so, like let's be real. Like you bringing in 14 projects, bringing on 7 projects of all free money on top of that. It's like y'all just collecting, and then a lot of stuff is on auto pay.
And they take it out regardless. You ain't got. And it's crazy though because
they want that bread.
At the latest. You know what I mean? It's crazy though because, and I'm sure you probably seen it when I first started getting my hard money loans. You would get a welcome letter, and you still do probably get welcome letters, and then in the welcome letter they'll help you set up the portal. Now at closing, the paperwork. You signing stuff at paper at the closing table for auto pay. I'm like, damn, I remember I had to set this up.
No, you putting the routing, all the information at closing.
At closing. I always laugh about that. Like, dang, y'all like the same lender. The same lender. We had to set up the portal. I'm calling like, I got to set the portal. They're like, no, you did it at closing. I'm like, so that's why y'all needed to avoid a check. Like,
no, that's exactly why they needed to avoid a check.
I'm like, dang, I ain't even think about it, but you learn as you go. You know what I mean?
Another thing you said, if we just get past the paperwork part, we be straight. I was talking to the guy that got my OSHA and everything. He said people don't even, us black and brown developers and contractors, GC don't even realize that we would get way more jobs by right if we was insured, if we was bonded. He said these big time development companies have to hire minorities. And they're going out trying to hire minorities, but every time they interview somebody, they're not licensed, they're not bonded, their stuff is not legit. So by default, they have to go somewhere else. So he was saying, like, if we just go ahead and get our paperwork right, bro, we would have way more jobs, bigger jobs. We'd be able to get all these development jobs, but we can't because our paperwork is not right. And I just want to touch on that because it's true. Like a lot of us really are running. Like for example, like with me, I'm running under the radar, but legally I have all my paperwork. I just be lazy, don't want to do it. Some people are running under the radar and don't have no paperwork. It's like, bro, you really hot. And they doing the job wrong. Like we still doing everything up the code. So if something happened, it's like, all right, let's go ahead. Yeah. But like we gotta stop doing everything, cause and this I want to say this. I want to say this, everybody. Like, do the stuff right the first time. Even if you don't get a permit, do it right the first time. Because I'm telling you, that crap is going to cost way more if you got to go back and fix something. Like, I've been there before. You got to go back and fix something. It's like, damn, I should have did this thing right. And also, too, you said, Alex Hermosi? He said, when you talk about I'm not a procrastinator, he said something so important. He was like, a lot of times it costs us more only because we procrastinated and did it later. But when we finally do it, we realized like, oh, this is only like 10 minutes. Like I should have been did it.
The hardest part of doing anything is starting. That's the hardest part. And I tell everybody that, like, just get started. Like, just put one foot in front of the other. each and every day. You know what I mean? Like bro, I'm telling you, like people look at me and they give me praise, like, yo, man, appreciate what you're doing. Like, yo, you killing it. It's like, if you only knew, bro, if you only knew, like, you got more resources, you got more people backing you. Like, I ain't had none of that. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, only if you knew, bro, you'll be doing the same thing times 10. And then you'll be looking at everybody else and like, yo, why y'all not doing it? You know what I mean? It's out here for you. The resources out here for you. You just gotta be disciplined. You gotta be disciplined. I got a whole bunch of students now. Like when I first started, you know, I can honestly say like, oh, I had like 100. Bro, I got over 1,000 plus students that I helped get property. So like that feels good. You know what I mean? I'm seeing people sending me like six-figure checks. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is my profit. That's right. Nice. But then also too, on the same flip side, I got some students that, you know, when they cash out refi, they don't stick to the course. So now what's happening is they, you know, buying this or doing this or taking this trip or shopping here. And of course, I understand you gotta live, right? But at the same time, you gotta understand the mission. You feel me? Like I just turned 29 this year, so it's like I ain't married, I ain't got no kids, just I got my lady. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be a point in time I want to put my feet up for sure. You know what I mean? And I got homies right now that from they 22, 23-year-old to now, I could definitely say they lived a better life. They had more fun. So let me back up. I went to Morgan State, right? So when I went to Morgan State, that's an HBCU out in Baltimore. Crazy lit, right? I'm playing football. I came out of Philadelphia at All City. I mean, highly recruited. Yeah.
He was nice.
Yeah, played for Gratz. You know what I mean? Scored like 37 touchdowns my senior year. Played in all city game, all Catholic game. Got highly recruited and everything, right? Went out to Baltimore and was nowhere near the best. Reality check, right? So I'm coming out of high school, 17 years old. My birthday was late coming out of high school. So I get to college at 17. Everybody in college was nice. Everybody. Everybody was, I'm talking about you had grown men up there that's like, bro, if I don't go to the pros, I can't do nothing for my family. You feel me? I'm coming out of high school like, I'm just hot stuff out of Philly. So I had a reality check in my freshman year, bro. Like I went up there getting highly recruited and then on a bench. You feel me? And I'm like, bro, nice. But I wasn't disciplined. I was still running around doing what I wanted to do. And college taught me discipline in itself. But what I tell everybody is this, right? Like by going up there, what made me get on the field was getting those mental reps in. I used to always hear my coach tell the upperclassmen, like the seniors and the super seniors and the graduate students, like, yo, if I make an adjustment to the first string on the field, I don't care if you're the fifth string. When you get out there, if you do it wrong, that means you wasn't listening. So, bro, once I heard that, I'm like, even though I wasn't in the game, when he made adjustments, I had to get my mental reps and I had to envision myself doing it. And I did the same thing with real estate, bro. Before I got in the space, before I remember writing Reek in Instagram. Instagram don't lie. You know what I mean? You can scroll up. Reek had, shout out to Reek too. He had a program at your event space. And he was saying that like, yo, if you serious about learning and getting into real estate, I'm giving out 2 free tickets. You gotta do X, Y, Z. Ask him. I wrote the whole report and everything. Explained to him why I should be selected for the.
I think I was there.
Yeah, you was there. It was at your event space. Yeah. I wrote everything, bro. I did everything on that same day. It was another class going on, virtual class. I paid the ticket for. So now I got my mom watching it, and I ain't know how to record on my laptop. I got my mom recording on my phone so that I don't miss the paid class because I didn't know I was gonna get selected for REIT class. You know what I mean? So I had to go to REIT class in person. I had to do this class online. So my mom is recording, her hands shaking with the class 2.5 hours long. But I don't know how to record on my MacBook. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm doing what I can do. So, bro, all that came from just mental reps, bro. Mental reps. That's it.
I like that.
I mean, so
I believe in something so important. Mindset, learn to earn. Your mindset got to be right. Then you learn information. Then you earn. Like one of the things like you said, if y'all realize how easy this is, I think I look at real estate as a simple business model. You just have to be consistent, hard work in it. Yeah. Like we not doing nothing. Some people are doing more complex stuff at being a nurse. Yeah. Trying to figure out how much blood to take out. We literally finding something cheap, fixing it up, either selling or renting it. Like it ain't really too much. Yeah, it ain't too complex much stuff. We're not building a rocket ship. Yeah. So with that being said, you just had to get out that imposter syndrome. Yeah. It's the inner me is the enemy. One of my mentors said that like, as long as we get past that mental thing, like I can't do this and turn into I can do this, everything else is like, and I think that's really important. But one thing, just touching what you said, like the discipline and like how you said, I didn't even know you was 29. I thought you was like 27.
Yeah, I'm 29.
Yeah. So one thing too is like you said, I missed out on a lot of years. When I talk to individuals that's like, I'm 30. I turn 31 next month. Yeah, next month. Yeah. My a lot of people I talk to that's like 40 something, 50, they're like, yo, I'm telling you, when you in your 30s and you up, way more lit than when you in your 20s and you up.
All the time. Everybody
said that when you in your 30s and you in your 40s and you up, is way more fun because when you in your 20s, everybody not on the same. But when by the time you hit the 30s, you start meeting people like me. You start meeting people like other people where we all can go out of town. We can all do this. We can all ball out. Everybody, every older person I say that. So they like, yo, don't worry about that 20s and stuff like that. Because most of the time you got to pay for everybody. Yeah. Most of the time you got to go and do this. But when you hit your 30s, you start being around your real next time, friends. Your second half of your life friends. And that's when those friends are more so might be in a position where you can move just how you move. So those things. But I want to ask you a question like, how do you keep that type of discipline? Because I know for a fact that, doing some of these, like you already said, doing some of these projects, some of them have, regular checks, some of them have big checks. Yeah. Sometimes you get to the point where like, yo, I got enough units, I'm cool, but you still keeping it going. Like I said, even for me, you might go 2, 3, 4 years strong. You might be like, let me dial back a little bit, start dipping other things. Like, how do you keep that discipline and keep it going at a high level? It's hard to keep it going at a high level, bro.
Yeah, it is. I just think that like, I know someday I want to put my feet up and I want to be, I ain't come from a big family of a bunch of money. You feel me? So it's like, but I'm a strong believer that just because I ain't come from a millionaire family don't mean one can't come from me. You feel me? So like, I remember like when I first started, bro, I just knew that like I had to make it. I had no choice. So it's just bro, it's just knowing that I want to go to the next level. That's really it, man. I'm just staying disciplined. I'm staying locked in. I'm staying focused, and everything I'm doing is just like it's all money in. I ain't taking no money out. Like I'm just constantly putting it back in. I'm creating different strategies and different programs for myself and my family. Bro, I just want to be set, bro. Then that's really it. It ain't no, everybody think it's probably like a secret or a hack, bro. I don't want to go back to where I came from. You feel me? Like I like my dad, 2-time felon. It's hard re-engaging him back into the community. Like, bro, it's like it's some real life trauma. You feel me? So it's like I don't want that, bro. You feel me? Like I don't want that for nobody. So me just staying disciplined. I wake up every day, put my work clothes on. I'm going to go get it. You know what I mean? Some days it's better than others. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then some days they so good, it's like I can't stop smiling. I want to spread the joy. You feel me? Like I want to just tell you like, yo, like my assistant, I got the latest phone. My assistant brought me a case, an iPhone case. It said, sorry, but if I talk your head off about real estate. You know what I mean? That's just like, bro, I'm going to find a way to bring up real estate. You feel me? I don't know much about everything. We ain't going to talk about this and talk about that. But when we come up to real estate, oh, bro, I got some plays. I got something for you that's going to turn your situation around like quickly. You know what I mean? As long as you stay disciplined. Yeah. You feel me? So that's really it.
I love that. So real quick before we wrap up, I got 3 questions for you. Yep. I got 3 questions for you. 2 serious, 1 not so serious. Before we close up, because this conversation was good. We just dialogue, but I want you to give everybody on here that's watching like one play for a newer investor. Like, what's one thing that you look back on over years like, dang, this is the one thing that really helped me out? Like, what would you say?
Yeah, it's a bunch. But if I had to pick one thing, you gotta have your credit right. You gotta have your credit right. When I say right, everybody jump to the score. Everybody jump to the score. It's the profile. Yeah, it's the profile. The score can be like mid-6s, and I can get you in the game. Like I joke about this, but I mean it. I can go down Kensington and Allegheny, and if that person down there that's intoxicated or on opioids, whatever it may be, if they could just remember their social, I can get them a property. I can get them a fund. And that's a skill. You feel me? That's a skill in itself. So if I can just take anybody, it don't matter what drug they on, bro. If you just remember your birth date, your name, your address, and your social, I can get you in the game. If I can keep you off those drugs as long enough, I can get you a property. So the first thing I would say, just monitor your credit. You know what I mean? Grant Cardone said this: if you gonna steal from me, you gonna steal from me today. So he check his bank account and his credit every day. I ain't do that before. You know what I mean? I was just, I know I got the money. I'm cool.
Say that again. If
you gonna steal from me, you gonna steal from me today. You feel me? And it's like that's what allows him to check his accounts and check everything today. Because if you're gonna steal from me, it's gonna be today. Yeah. You know what I mean? He just lived his life like that. So once I heard it, I'm like,
hey, so I know you're enjoying the episode so far, and you're probably hearing some of the plays, but you might be like, my credit isn't there. I don't have the best credit. I may not be able to run some of the plays they're saying. So what I want to do is I want to give you an opportunity for free credit repair. I said it, 100% free credit repair. I'm going to drop the website below where you can go ahead and get your credit repaired for free. All you have to do is have the credit monitoring software so that way you can pull your reports and this will be fixed for free. All you have to do is go to nochargecreditrepair.com. It is 100% free. All you have to do is have the credit monitoring software so you can actually pull the report and actually see what the score is on all 3 bureaus. And then this system is going to fix your credit for free. So again, nochargecreditrepair.com, and you guys can get access to that. Look, there is no reason why you can't win. This is the link for you to get your credit repaired. You're watching a podcast episode where it's showing you how to make money, how to get funded. There's no reason why you can't win. So go ahead and click the link, pause this episode, go ahead and sign up, and then get back to the episode and keep learning, keep winning, keep growing. Let's get it.
If you're going to steal from me, you're going to steal from me today. Why wait till tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So every day I just keep checking, So I would say credit, bro. Credit for sure. And it seems so cliche, but that's really where you got to start.
What's one of the things that was probably the biggest mistake that you made that someone that may already be in the game or about to get in the game, like, hold up, Newt said that, let me not do that because he said that was a mistake he made?
Can I be honest?
Give it a buck.
Man, you can mess your own paper up. You don't need nobody to mess your paper up for you. So in layman terms, you don't need nobody to spend your own money for you. Yeah. If you're gonna spend your money, you spend it. You mess it up yourself. You know what I mean? Like you don't need all these people in your pot and digging in this and digging in that and saying I'm invested for you and I can do this and I can flip this. If you can't flip your own bread, then it ain't just meant to be flipped. You know what I mean? So that was one of the mistakes I made early on, believing in the story that somebody could turn something for me. You know what I mean? And of course it ain't work out. You feel me? So I would say that. You mean for sure.
Yeah, I don't even believe in giving somebody, like, I did that one time where I gave somebody some bread and I told them to flip it with me. Guess how much it was? Guess.
$1,500.
$50. Bro, here go $50. Sports better for me. He lost it. This ain't for me. This ain't for me. Anything I do, I'm gonna do it myself. Right. This is like $50 and sports better for me. That shit ain't work. I said, that ain't for me. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. All right, look, listen, I'm gonna mess my own bag up. It ain't for me. I'm not with that.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not with that at all.
Not so
at all. Last thing, before we close up, what's one thing, like, so what we do at the end of every episode, like, I'm big on discipline, I'm big on reinvesting, I'm big on doing things, but I understand everybody has to have fun, everybody has to have some type of vice, everybody has some type of thing. Like, what's one thing that you do that's outside of real estate or outside of just like discipline stuff that you do? Like for me, like when I go out of town, I like to have fun. Like I just having a conversation with my guy yesterday. He out Dallas, but he came to Philly this weekend. And we was talking about like trip. He said, man, I'll go to Miami. He said, I want to go to Miami. I'm like, man, I got to take a little break from Miami right now. I got a couple of things I'm focused on right now. He's like, well, I said, bro, I go out there, I might spend $5,000-$10,000. And I ain't even going shopping. It's just on some dumb stuff. Just being outside. Like that's my problem. That's my problem. I'm not really like sitting there buying every chain in the world, every watch in the world, or got, all this stuff. But when I go out of town, we doing every excursion, we doing every fun thing, we eating out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I feel like everybody, if you at home doing what you got to do and you got your one time, you run your movie, especially if you earned it, especially if it's also off of the investments, not your 9-to-5 job money.
Not the active income.
Exactly. So what's some of the things you do?
Bro, to be honest, I mean, I know you posted about this sometime. Bro, the only thing you probably like, that's it. Like, the only thing that I do, we gonna eat good. Yeah. When you're around Newt, you're around me, we gonna eat good. For sure.
I love that.
You feel me? Like I don't, it could be eating good in Philly. You feel me? We gonna eat good. You feel me? Like, and we ain't gonna, when the bill come, we not gonna be like, well, I had the chicken nuggets. Like, no, we gonna eat good, and I got it. You feel me? That's just how. That's what I feel like, and I just like. It seemed like I just want to be around loved ones. I want to reminisce. And talk about the good times. I mean, because they don't last forever, bro. And I know that, so I want to cherish the moments. And like, throughout this time, bro, I made a lot of bread.
Mm-hmm.
I made a lot of money, and it's like I made more money than many could even think, and I made more money than my parents. You feel me? Together. So it's like when you around me, we gonna eat good. No matter if we out of town, like you said, we gonna do area excursion. We just gonna have a good time. We gonna create memories, and if we can do that at least once or twice every quarter, every month, I'm happy with that, bro.
I like that, man. Me and you relate a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, and I see you. I don't know everything, but I kind of see it a little bit just from, you know, watching what you do and have a conversation with you. How do you feel about like keeping some of your day ones around? So like just touching what you said, like me, I got friends like my best friends, they not in real estate, they not entrepreneurs, they're not, you know, business owners, but we still hang out, you know, frequently.
Yeah.
I might not talk or see them every single day because, you know, we in the mix, like, but I can't talk about, you know, I don't know, LeBron right now. Like I'm on this type of time, but then, yo, we gonna go out to eat this weekend, or we gonna go do this weekend, and we gonna have a good time. But I say this to say because there's a lot of people that will say like, no, like you an entrepreneur, you need to cut all them off. Yeah. You need to disassociate, and I'm like, they ain't do nothing. They still they more solid than you for real. Yeah. They might not be making the same amount of money as you, but they more solid than you. So like, I'd rather do what I need to do with you, make our bag together, but I'm gonna come back over here and I'm gonna reminisce and I'm gonna talk about when we was 15, when we was 16, stuff like this. So what's your thought on that?
Bro, I tell everybody, it ain't the day one that make you my brother, it's the loyalty.
Exactly.
You feel me? So like I could meet somebody tomorrow, could be more loyal than my day one. You feel me? So loyalty is what makes us brothers. So me, I got my day ones around me, like my high school friends. Like I don't really got like childhood friends that's still around. But like all my high school gang, everybody is only one left in the pack. Probably two that we just gotta get a crib. That's it. You feel me? Everybody got property. You feel me? And that's I feel like I did my part. And I tell everybody like, it's common courtesy to leave something better the way you found it. Shout out to ET.
Yeah, he said
you know what I mean? Like it's common courtesy to leave something better than the way you found it. So I found my homies in high school. They found however you want to call it. We met each other. And none of us had properties. Or I met somebody along the way. I met my homies. I met Ben. I met Sharif throughout the entrepreneur journey in real estate. It's common courtesy to leave something better than the way you found it. You feel me? So that's just when I'm projecting that on everybody. You know what I mean? When I leave, I want everybody to know when it's all said and done, I don't care about none of the accolades. When you bring up real estate, you gotta say my name. I want you to be in canon like, yo, the bull Newt. I didn't feel that's it. I don't care about nothing. All the other statistics, bro, I'm cool with it. I don't want to get involved in it. Bro, day ones, I love y'all to death. New friend, I love y'all to death, but it's the loyalty, man.
I love
That's
that.
it.
I love that. That's a big fact. One last question.
Yep.
You know, and is there any other thing that you want to get into that's outside of real estate? Like I'm big on diversifying by diversifying within the same realm. Like for example, like, you know, I got a real estate, so we diversify like event spaces. We diversify other little real estate moves, you know, education. I got another couple plays I'm doing. Like right now, I just got my stuff just got stamped from the state literally 2 days ago. Healthcare, but we doing it within the properties.
Right.
Yeah. So we utilizing the real estate to do the healthcare within.
That's government on government.
Exactly. So I'm big on diversifying, but still keeping it within the, like, you're not about to see me selling weave. Yeah. But everything is other moves, but it's still within this building. Like we doing a pocket inside my building. You know what I mean? What's some other things that you want to get into?
Right now, I don't know, bro. It's I always wanted to do it, and I'm putting some energy into it right now. But I want a gas station. For me, I want a gas station, and something that we also working on right now is, I'm looking to get like a couple parking lots. You know what I mean? Just for vehicles. You know what I mean? So in the prime areas of real estate, so like downtown. Rittenhouse, like I just want parking lots and I want gas stations. So that's where my real estate bag, I'm channeling that, and have a couple meetings and things like that. But I always wanted to have a gas station. I don't know why. So now that real estate allowed me to have that opportunity, I'm deploying that capital to that. You know what I mean? So parking lots and gas stations.
Make sure you put some charging spots on that too.
Yeah,
the way things are going.
Yeah, the way things are going, we definitely got some EV stuff.
Yeah,
for sure. Yep.
But man, I appreciate you more than you know. Love what you're doing. Love how I was honored and had the opportunity to see you progress. Yeah. You know, from the beginning to, I still say the beginning because you still got a long way to go. I can't wait to see you have 1 million units.
Yeah.
You know, and just really keep taking things to the next level and
No.
doing it your way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love. You get up and you do it your way every single day. I don't see you trying to do. Remind me, like, people like, yo, you got to go ahead and do some backflips in front of the camera, get your engagement. Like, no, like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like you listen, I'm in front of this crib, I'm in front of this lot. This is what I'm doing. This is me.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
And keep doing that, bro. I'm telling you, like,
organic.
I'm telling you, like, just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Just keep doing it. And also keep building with your lady.
Yeah.
Like, that's all of that stuff what you got right now. Keep it like that. I think I told you that, something like that on the side.
You told me you would give me some advice,
bro.
Too. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, keep it like that.
Yeah.
Keep it like that, because once you start doing some other stuff, allow other things, it just get goofy, bro.
Yeah,
keep it
for
like that. Keep it tight, and bro, you gonna take it to. You already taken to another level.
Yeah.
That crap gonna go. Mark Cuban, like, it's gonna go to a whole nother level, and I'm
That's the
excited
goal.
to see it though,
No
bro.
doubt,
But
bro.
appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.